Good morning, everybody. Hello. Welcome, everyone. How's everyone today? Phil here live on the stream. It is 10:45 a.m. It is time to start. Today is Saturday, June 20th, 2020. Coming to you live from cloudy Washington State. Very cloudy day here today. Good, because the last couple of days we had a heat wave. It ended up being in the 80s. So it was very hot here, and people weren't really ready for it. Today it cooled down because we're going to have a cloudy day, so that's a good thing. And today is my second ever stream of The Last of Us Part 2. What a day we had yesterday. Yesterday was just a crazy day. First of all, everyone getting their hands on The Last of Us Part 2 after a 7-year wait, after spoilers all over the internet for 2 months. And it seems like, in reality, it seems to me like it's one of the most polarizing games ever made. You got a group of people out there who are absolutely loving the game, saying it's one of the best games they've ever played. Outstanding graphics, gameplay, story, everything's great. And then you got people on the flip side saying this is one of the most underwhelming, worst sequels ever made. The writing is terrible. The characters are not even relatable and hateable. Basically, there's a huge disservice to people who are a fan of the first game. And it's pretty crazy right now what's going on the internet. It really is, man. Like, holy shit. I don't know if I've ever seen a game create this much kind of fervor on the internet like this one. Like, there is an astounding amount of negativity about this game. And at first, you heard, Metacritic got review bombed, right? And, of course, the journalist scores, meaning everyone who got an advanced copy of the game and played it, weeks ahead of time and put out the reviews a week ago, is like at 95 or 99 or some crazy, ridiculously high score on Metacritic. But user scores are god-awful, atrociously bad. That people who are actually playing the game now and reviewing it are basically saying it's terrible. I think as of yesterday, it was at like a 3.3. I don't know if it went up or down on Metacritic. Now, of course, you've got people who are just blindly voting it up because they're fanboys of Naughty Dog, and you got people who are blindly voting it down just because of many factors. I think number one, because of the big thing that happened on the stream yesterday. I don't want to spoil for those who didn't see yesterday's stream, but, one of the spoilers was very true and very, very fucked up. Let's put it that way. Especially those who were fans of the first game. Pretty messed up the way that things went down. And I think a lot of people are just so upset about that they don't even care about the rest of the game. They just, you know what I mean? They just don't give a fuck about the rest of the game. That one thing pissed them off, and that's it. They've got that mentality in their head that there's no way the game can be redeemed or be good because of that one major plot point. Okay? But then there's other people who are like, no, that's not the case. The truth of the matter is, that's the excuse. Like, if you take a look at, the people who... Neil Druckmann, for example, the VP of Naughty Dog who was in charge of the development of this game, directed it or whatever, that this guy is basically using that as scapegoating, and actually some of the voice actors of the game are coming out and saying, it's bots. It's all the negativity on the internet is just bots. It's just bots, man. It's bots. They're basically trying to do damage control because everyone kissed the game's ass for a week who got an advanced copy, and now the game's coming out and getting into the hands of real gamers, not people who are basically, as I said last week, very, very strongly tempted and pressured to do positive reviews on advanced copies of games so they will continue to get them in the future. All of a sudden, people are like, nah, this game ain't good at all. All right? Now, for me, all right, I'm 3.5 hours into the game. Okay? My initial impressions are as follows. This game has one of the I would say one of the poorest openings I've seen in a while. If you compare the first 3.5 hours of The Last of Us 1 to The Last of Us 2, it feels like two completely different franchises. The Last of Us 1 starts off with a scene of when the outbreak started and how things went to hell in a handbasket, essentially. Even leading up to the death of Joel's daughter, and how fucked up it was, what happened. And then it fast forwards you, throws you into the world of a few years later, an apocalyptic world where law and order are kind of like everything's in martial law. And then you've got freedom fighters known as the Fireflies that are trying to go against that. And everyone's basically out to survive. It's a brutal, gritty world. And the first 3.5 hours of Last of Us 1 are some of the best writing I think I've ever seen in a video game. It's riveting. It's exciting. It makes you not only want to know what's happening in the world with this crazy worldwide infection. It's not really an infection. It's a worldwide spore outbreak or whatever you want to call it. But also, the characters are intriguing and likable. Like, you want to know more about them and their backstories. You want to see if they survive and how things pan out. In the first 3.5 hours of Last of Us 1, man, it's like a big-ass hook. And it goes zoop, and it gets you. And you're there for a crazy-ass ride until the end of the game, right? Last of Us 2 starts off with a recap of Last of Us 1. Has you play as Joel for about 2 minutes. And then throws you right into Ellie's shoes for some of the most boring teen angsty drama shit I've ever seen. Like, if I wanted teen angst drama, I would probably go watch Twilight or Dawson's Creek. You know, there's many things out there that are available if you want to watch teen angst shit. You don't have to play a video game to simulate that. You know what I mean? And that's exactly what the game throws you into right off the get-go. You're like, what the fuck? Like, we're in an apocalyptic world, right? Ellie has only lived in an apocalyptic world. She never even existed in a world where things were normal, where teens were able to have normal teen lives with their teen angst drama. So how do they know about teen angst drama, and how are they acting like this? Like, if you're in a different life situation, you wouldn't even be acting like this. If you actually remember, guys, there's a scene from the first game, all right, where this is when Ellie ran away on a horse. She stole a horse and ran away, and then Joel had to chase off after her. And he finds her in a house. And in the house, she's reading a diary of a girl who apparently had died. And the girl's diary is all teen angsty shit, okay? And Ellie literally makes this comment. She says, geez, you know, were things so ridiculously stupid back then that this is all that girls had to worry about was boys and makeup and shit like that? And she's like, this is not the world we live in anymore, you know? She makes that comment. Like, that's huge social commentary. And it's very apropos to the writing of the first game. All of a sudden, fast forward to The Last of Us Part 2, and all that's been thrown out the window. Ellie's full on 100% teen angst shit, and here we are with teeny drama bullshit, right? And that's what I don't understand. Like, I'm playing the game, and I'm like, it just doesn't feel like the first game at all to me. And that's funny, though, because then you play some of the gameplay segments. Like, there's the one segment where you actually are playing as Ellie, and you're facing the infected, and you're learning that in this game, it's a little bit harder to sneak up on enemies, especially the clickers. They seem to detect you a lot easier in this game, which leads to an instant kill. And I'm like, damn, it seems like they did up the difficulty, but at the same time, this game has platforming now, where you can climb things, you can sprint and jump and grab, you can crawl on your belly to go under objects. I get the feeling this is going to be implemented much bigger in a few, going on longer in the game. Like, probably you'll have to shimmy under things to get behind clickers and stuff. And it's probably going to be more difficult in that regard with the gameplay, okay? So, I definitely can see there's been major advancements. The graphics, are you kidding? Of course, the graphics are outstanding. And I think we all expected that. The Last of Us 1 had the best graphics of last gen. And it seems like The Last of Us 2, again, is trying to push the boundaries of the realism of graphics in video games with what you can do on this current gen of console. So in that regard, so far so good. And now today we're heading into Seattle in the game, okay? This is apparently one of the major story arcs of the game. You head into Seattle, and apparently you get to see Seattle landmarks, and you get to do things in Seattle. This is cool because guess what? I live just outside of Seattle, so I know all of the landmarks. This is like perfect for me. I'll be able to tell you guys how realistic it is to how these things really are in real life. I'm very excited for this. Today I think will be a great stream, even if the story's kind of meh. I think just going through Seattle will be a pretty cool experience. You know, I compare this to when I played Infamous Second Son. it was kind of the same deal. I had just been to Seattle, I think, for the first time, and I had played it, and it's like, yeah, this is realistic to what's out there or whatever. So that's pretty cool, and I'm excited for that. I hope you guys are excited for that too today. It should be a fun stream no matter what. I think I titled the stream today, Phil goes on a tour of Seattle, because that's really what this is going to be, a tour of Seattle with Infected and puzzles. It could be pretty neat, okay? So I hope you guys are excited at least for that, okay? But, you know, for me, here's my take on it. All right? Last of Us 1 was one of my favorite games of all time. It was my favorite game of 2013, in my opinion, one of the best games of the last console gen. Yeah, I have investment in this game, in this playthrough. I want it to be good. I do. I desperately want this to be a good game that I enjoy, because, first of all, this year has been full of duds. We're in June, and I cannot tell you one game yet that's a Game of the Year contender for me. And sadly, you know, when you get a game like this where there were leaks and it kind of screwed everything up, you know, it is, I can tell you right now, with that one scene that was spoiled 2 months ago, I felt nothing. And that's sad, because I should have felt huge. I should have been shocked. My jaw should have dropped. I should have been full of anger and sadness at a character that we love, you know, being treated like that. But at the same time, I felt nothing because I knew it for 2 months. So I guess we're going to have to see what happens, all right, with the playthrough. The way I'm approaching it is as follows. I'm going to try to give this game a fair shake. As hard as it's going to be to do that, I'm still going to try to give this game a fair shake. I don't want to make preconceived notions or judgments about what's to come or how it's going to end, all right? There is so much vitriol and so much hate for this game on the internet right now. There's a ridiculous amount. There's memes. Oh my God, the memes that I have seen. Neil Cuckman. People making montages of the upcoming apparent sex scene with other game characters superimposed over the two characters, saying that basically you've defaced games as a whole forever. That this guy, Neil Druckmann, apparently just had these weirdo fantasies he wanted to interject into a game franchise that should have been much better. My God. You know, the memes cannot be stopped. The internet has gone bananas on The Last of Us Part 2. Okay? So, I don't know. We're going to see what happens here. Alright? We're going to see what happens with The Last of Us Part 2. The game's supposed to be anywhere from 24 to like 40 hours long. I'm 3.5 hours in. You see, I can't imagine what is coming. I seriously can't. It's like, I don't know. We'll see. Let's find out firsthand together. Today I really feel like is the first day I'm playing the game. And the reason I say that is because yesterday really felt to me like an intro segment. It really did. It felt to me like there was no real gameplay yesterday. It was 3 hours of teen angst story time, one major plot point that was a twist that really wasn't a twist because it was spoiled 2 months ago, so I didn't really feel about it, and then mostly like tutorial, just to introduce you certain gameplay mechanics and the like, and that was really it. And then now we're at Seattle, and we had a little bit of puzzles to open the gate to Seattle, and now it seems like now we're finally going to get into the actual game. That's what it seems like to me. Okay? So, let's see. Let's see how this goes today. I hope I do like it. Seriously, I want to like this game. I want to say, man, maybe the hate is unwarranted. People are so angry about the one plot point, and they just can't get over it, that they've turned the rest of the game into a three-ring circus of negativity. Or maybe not. Maybe they're right. And that's what I mean. Like, that's why I told you guys all along, I felt no matter what, even if this game ends up being great or ends up being terrible or somewhere in between, this is going to be a wild ride for us, because when you have a game that's this polarizing on the internet, you absolutely know that when I play, it's going to be interesting, because you guys know that I don't pull punches. You guys know that I'm very, very honest about how I feel when I play games. I'm not going to kiss the game's butt, and I'm also not going to just sit here and shit on it just for the sake of shitting on it. I'm going to try to be fair. That's one of the things people have told me over the years they really like about me is I really put out fair and balanced critiques of games. So we'll see what happens here. Today, and of course, moving on, because remember, we're playing this today, tomorrow. I guess what we should do now is get to the schedule, okay? So this main gameplay stream today is The Last of Us Part 2, okay? Later tonight, it's the continuation of Sleeping Dogs, and we're heading into the final areas of the game. We're more than two-thirds into the game at this point. I'm going to try to focus in on story tonight to see if we can get near the end of the game, okay? So I hope you'll join me for that around 6:45 p.m. Pacific time on the late stream. Tomorrow will be more Last of Us Part 2. So, you know, here in the first 3 days of playing it, we'll at least be 10 to 12 hours into it. And then tomorrow night is going to be Fire Emblem Three Houses, which I'm very much enjoying, especially some of the advancement that I've had recently with the leveling of my troops. They're now becoming more specified classes. The gameplay, in my opinion, is getting much better in combat. It feels like Final Fantasy Tactics, which is a great game that I like. So I'm really enjoying myself, and I hope you guys will join me for that tomorrow night. Monday is up in the air. Monday I've left completely open as a streaming day. Because if we play this 3 times in a row and people want more, you want more development, keep going, you know, keep getting further in, then I'll play it again on Monday. But maybe by Monday we'll be a bit burnt out and we'll want to do something different for variety. If that's the case, then maybe we'll either try to finish up Sleeping Dogs in one session, or maybe we'll do some Pokemon Sword, Isle of Armor, which, you know, we're pretty far into the DLC. I think maybe one more stream we could wrap it up. So maybe we'll do that, okay? And then same thing Monday night. It could be Pokemon. It could be Sleeping Dogs. I don't know what it's going to be. It really depends on what we determine we want to do on Monday, okay? Tuesday, I'm off from streaming. And Tuesday's going to be an interesting day for me because our state has officially entered into Phase 2. What that means is that with this whole coronavirus pandemic outbreak and lockdown, we're finally starting to reopen. All stores should now be open at limited capacity, but all stores should now still be open. Restaurants should be open for the first time in months. Some restaurants are going to be open for the first time. And what we're going to do, Kat and I, we're going to go out and go to a few stores. I'm going to see if I can find maybe a new vest. And there's 2 stores I have in mind that may have something good that I'm going to take a look at. We'll see. So that should be a fun day for me. Finally, it'll be like a normal day out for the first time in 3.5 damn months. Okay? Wednesday, I come back from break, and more than likely it's going to be more Last of Us 2, but the big release of next week is SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. So that's going to be the main gameplay stream on Wednesday, and then maybe Wednesday night we'll do some Last of Us 2, or maybe if I haven't finished Sleeping Dogs, maybe we'll try to finish Sleeping Dogs. I'm not sure yet. But SpongeBob will be the featured game for Wednesday. Okay? Then, if we hit the vest streak every day between now and then, that means that Wednesday coming up, we will have hit 150 vest streak. And if we do so, that means it is time for Vest Fest 2.0, or Vestival 2, Vest Harder, or The Vest of Us, or whatever you want to call it, all right? It's going to be a fun, special, celebratory event to celebrate the fact that you guys have been so supportive for me for 3 straight months, all right? There's going to be all kinds of special stuff. An open Q&A segment where we just talk and chill and hang out. Jasper will likely make an appearance during the event, okay? Like he did last time. You guys liked seeing him and play, messing around with, having him play a little bit on stream and everything. Live DSP tries it. This time around, it's going to be a taste test spectacular. The Impossible Whopper versus the regular Whopper from Burger King. I've never done a side-by-side taste test before on DSP Tries It. In all the years that I've done this series, I've never done this before. But I'm doing it this time around. Okay? What it's going to be is I'm going to have one of each sandwich. And I'm going to be, eating them next to each other and let you know, gee, does it taste close? Are they the same? Do they even look the same? Should be pretty interesting. Okay? Now, we may be doing some other stuff as well. Maybe we'll visit some viewer islands in Animal Crossing, or maybe we'll watch some music videos back like we did last time, the music videos that I played on the pre-stream. Maybe we'll watch some of those back, and I'll do commentary on them and stuff like that. It all depends on how time permits, because last time around, we planned a ridiculous amount of stuff to do, and I didn't even do half of it. Okay? But we'll see. There'll be the Vest Fest event on Thursday of this coming week. Okay? And then basically for the rest of June, what I'll be doing is balancing SpongeBob with The Last of Us 2 until we beat it. The late streams will be the continuation of Fire Emblem, Sleeping Dogs until I complete it, and Pokemon. And yes, there will be some Street Fighter thrown in there as well. Now, if I feel that I want to change a stream and do one thing instead of another, we have the ability to do that. But that's generally what you guys can expect until kind of the end of June and even in early July. The next new release will be, I believe it's Deadly Premonition 2, which I think is the second week of July. So we'll still have a week or two to finish up all these ongoing playthroughs and projects, which is good. I don't want to have 5 lingering playthroughs in June. Okay? So, good stuff. That's what you guys can expect on the streams coming up in the near future, and I hope that sounds good to you. I do want to say, guys, also, please, keep nominating your favorite moments from my 11 plus years as a content creator on the internet for the upcoming retrospective marathon event at the very end of June. More than likely, it's going to be like the very last days of June this month. I'm going to be doing a special marathon event on stream where we go down memory lane. All right, we're going to watch back your favorite nominated moments of my time as a content creator on the internet. And we are going to basically be watching those moments, have me react with commentary and behind the scenes kind of information and criticism. So in a lot of cases, it's the first time I'll ever be seeing that stuff besides when I created it. You guys, you got to understand that for the last 11 plus years, every day of my life, I'm creating new content. Every day. And I never really go back to watch it. After it's out there live, it's just out there live. So, let's see what happens. It should be a great event. The last retrospective marathon we did spawned the Vest meme. So I can't imagine what this next one will do, right? We'll see. Okay? So, that's the deal, guys. Next couple of weeks should be pretty exciting. Balancing out all this new release content. Now, you may have noticed I didn't mention any chill streaming. I didn't mention Minecraft. I didn't mention Animal Crossing. I didn't mention Morrowind. That's because right now we're taking time away from those games to focus in on the new releases. So at least for the near future, another week or two, that's going to be the focus. Now, once I start wrapping up these ongoing playthroughs that I'm doing, then maybe there's a potential that the chill streaming stuff will come back. But at this point, I have to focus on all these new releases and get through them. I can't be taking time away to keep doing chill streaming and then I never finish any games, okay? I hope you guys understand that, but don't worry. Excuse me. They will be coming back. All right. Let's see. I'm just trying to think. Off the top of my head, is there anything else that I want to talk to you guys about before we kind of move on to like shout outs and stuff like that? I guess the one thing I will say, there's been no update whatsoever in regards to those chargebacks the other day. So for now, no news is good news. But I have no idea what's going to happen with this guy that's attempting to commit credit card fraud and charge back tips, against me. He should not have the legal ability to do so, yet he's doing it. So I don't know what's going to happen. Again, there's really no reason to keep bringing it up until I have information. Right now I have no information, so there's no reason to keep bringing it up. Okay, guys? Let's see. Hold on, it's hot in here. There we go. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else. God, I swear there was something else that I wanted to talk to you guys today about. And now I can't remember what it was. For the life of me, I'm like, Yeah, I just realized I got a bunch of games on my PS4 I don't need. Like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Remastered Campaign. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can delete that. Daymare. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can delete that. Won't be playing that anytime soon. I mean, more than likely, I could probably delete most of these games. Doom Eternal, I'm probably not going back to. Neo 2, I don't know. I know there's supposed to be expansion DLCs for it, but they weren't very good for Neo 1, so I doubt I'll probably even be doing those. I don't know. Gotta think about it. Okay. Yeah, I really can't think of anything else right now. So I guess what we'll do is let's get to shout-outs. Let's have some discussion here. Thanks a lot for your contribution so far today. Let's get to them. Golden Colts overnight. He did a 100-bit cheer. Thank you very much, Golden Colts, for the 100-bit cheer. I appreciate that very much. Only Iced Coffee has been dropping some crazy sub bombs. Yesterday, for the premiere of Last of Us 2, he gifted a ridiculous amount of subs. So, thank you so much, Only Iced Coffee, for the support. He then gifted another 3 subscriptions this morning. Okay? One to the Aged Giraffe, one to Maddie3888, and one to The House Always Wins. He's now up to 42 gifted subscriptions this week. 42. That is crazy. Thank you again. You know, you're helping the channel, you're helping everyone out here. Oh yeah, I did want to say thanks to anyone who checked out the merch on Teespring recently and bought some of the vest stuff. More than a few people did. And I think I just had another sale yesterday, actually. So thanks to anyone who checks out my Teespring and buys some stuff from there, especially the new vest merchandise. I appreciate that very much. Someone sent me a picture of a shirt, and it looks great. I was like, damn, that's legitimately probably one of the better or best designs on my Teespring. It looks really outstanding. That's because I went back to the artist. He's in the stream chat right now, by the way, Azure Studios, and I said, can you give me higher quality artwork, because you know, they're telling me basically that's going to kind of be a little bit blurry or low res. Can you give me higher res? And he went back and completely you know, re-encoded his artwork at a higher resolution for the shirts. And the guy showed me a picture of the shirt. I was like, damn, that looks really sweet. So the shirts are good, man. Yeah, give them a look. Give them a look. Okay. Let's continue on. Shaman tipped me $5, and he says, even though personally I don't have any real interest in Last of Us 2, I do hope that your playthrough goes well. Well, thank you very much. And as I said, I am not going to let all this insane amount of negativity about the game on the internet influence my decision whatsoever on the game. I'm going to play it at face value. I'm going to judge it for my own. And if it ends up being not good, it's not good, you know? But I don't want to let a bunch of people on the internet who are crapping on the game, to let that mob mentality, you know, create preconceived notions in my head about what the game will be or what to expect. I know there's a bunch of people that don't like it. I also know there's people out there that do like it. Like I said, I've seen this crazy dichotomy. So, seeing that dichotomy, obviously it means there's got to be good things about the game, or no, you know, it's not a 1,000,000% consensus that everyone hates this thing. It just seems like there's a lot of people that hate this thing right now. So, yeah, we'll see. I hope it's good. At the very least, like I said, even if it's not the best game ever, I'm hoping this playthrough will be entertaining for you guys, and some kind of a, you know, almost like an experiment or a journey for us to see what on earth happened here and what is the hubbub about, you know. At least in that regard, I think we're going to get some great value out of the game. So, Will, son of Aragorn, subscribe to the channel. Thank you to Will, son of Aragorn, for the sub. I appreciate that. Okay, let's do some shout-outs to the top cheers of the week. Yesterday, we also had an outstanding amount of cheering. Okay. So again, thanks to everyone who was very supportive during yesterday's premiere stream. And thanks to those who cheered this week. We have Newt, who is in 10th place. Golden Colts is currently in 9th. Sambuca 2020 is in 8th place. Atlas Telemon is in 7th. Your boy Antony is in 6th place. Uranus Thunderbang is in 5th place. Ninstar Rune is in 4th. Eternal Napalm in 3rd. Delancius in 2nd. And Pink Rocket 2347 is the top cheerer of the week right now. Thank you guys again for your support yesterday. And now, thank you to those who gifted subscriptions so far this week. We've got the following people who each gifted a single sub. I Killed Phil, Ghost in the Chat, Alfred Aponte, and Coochie Contract. Yes. Then, the following people each gifted 2 subs. Crapcock, Death Proof, and Golden Nobles. Pizza Pasta 1980 and 672 each gifted 5 subscriptions each. And then, like I just mentioned, an outstanding amount of support this week. Only Iced Coffee gifted 42 subscriptions. Thank you so much. to Only Iced Coffee. Also, a shout out to the Pastryarchy, who just resubscribed for 30 months. Thank you, Pastryarchy, for the ongoing support. Much appreciated. Over 2 years of support. Good to have you on the stream today. Thanks for joining us. Dooley, what's going on, Dooley? He just did a 100-bit cheer, first cheer of the day. He says, oh, I'm about 8 hours into the game, and honestly, the gameplay is very good. It's too bad that, well, this is a major story spoiler. I'm not going to say it out loud. If you guys watched the stream yesterday, you know what it is. But basically, he's like, too bad that that happened so quickly. But let's say there's some chapters to make up for it. Okay, fair enough. I hope so. I hope that there's good stuff coming up that's going to be, you know, worthwhile and feel good, you know. I guess we'll find out. So let me go ahead and let's get Dooley as the top cheer of the day. Dooley 258. Thank you, Dooley, for the first cheer of the day and the support. So Ace just cheered 50 bits, and he says the following. So I just beat the game. I must say, it was one of my favorite experiences on PlayStation 4. I'm starting another playthrough for the Platinum Trophy. Yeah, I heard that. I actually heard you cannot get a Platinum playing it the first time. That there's a lot of situations where there's an item in a room, and if you don't walk into the room first, you basically get sucked to the next part of the game, and you can't get it. So without having a prerequisite knowledge of where the items are, or having played through the game once and like, oh shit, I didn't get what was in that room, there's no way to get the Platinum. You basically have to play the game 2-3 times to get the Platinum, from what I'm to understand the way it's designed. Okay? But anyway, he says, it seems to me all the outrage came from the people's expectation of a certain storyline, and Naughty Dog went in a different direction. I hope Part 3 will arrive in the next 10 years, laughing out loud. Yeah. Alright, so this is what I like about this. We got people with different takes. We got people with different, definite different situations, who like it and don't like it. That's good. I like that because now it means there's a chance that I could like it. You know, it's not just, oh my god, everyone's so negative piling on it. There's no way I'm going to like it. It seems like it's kind of a mixed bag, and maybe I'll end up really liking the game. Who knows? Okay, we're going to find out. Good. Thank you for the cheer, Ace. Pimp My Shed Plays cheered. He says, sorry, I understand the Ellie infection now. Can't wait for the stream. Yeah, so Pimp My Shed Plays tweeted me, and he's like, I don't understand how Ellie can be kissing people because she's infected. Wouldn't that spread the infection? No, because it's not a virus. We learned that in the first game. This is not the typical zombie virus plotline. It's different. It's a mold or spore infestation that basically overtakes your body, and your body's immune system can't fight it off. It just runs rampant and takes over your body and ends up turning you into this vicious, monstrous, zombie-like creature. But it's not a virus you can pass through like saliva contact or anything like that. It's actually more about the passing of the spores. Okay? So there you go. Yes, I tweeted him back, and I was like, yeah, it's different. It's not. It's spores and mold versus an actual virus you pass from body to body. Different situation, at least from the lore they created in the first game. Okay, now who knows? Who knows? Because I'm not far into the game. Maybe they retcon all that shit, and by the end of the game, it's totally different. Who knows? I'm just going off of what was predetermined in the first game, as you know how this infestation. I don't even know what to call it because it's not an infection, right? It's not an infection. It's not a pandemic. What would you call it? What would you call a spore an outbreak? There you go. The outbreak. That's what I guess what we would call it. Okay. All right. Will, son of Aragorn, just did a 1,000-bit cheer. Thank you very much, Will. He says, been watching it for many years. I love your videos, and I hope you love the game. Thank you, Will, son of Aragorn. Biggest cheer of the day. Let's get you up on the leaderboard. Oops. Aragorn. Aragorn. There we go. Aragorn, son of Arathorn. Lord of the Rings, man. I wonder if they'll ever do more Lord of the Rings stuff. Because we already did the original trilogy. And then they did The Hobbit. Maybe they'll do spin-off movies. Because it was so popular and made so much money. But I doubt it. It's been a while now, right? I doubt they're going to do that. Okay. So I think that's about it, guys. I think I've covered everything. So maybe we just take a brief break here. Use the restroom. And when we come back, It's The Last of Us Part 2. What do you think? What do you guys think? No? What do you want to do? What should we do? Oh, Amazon is making a Lord of the Rings show. I did not know. I did not even know that. They're doing a TV series. Interesting. I was wondering. I was like, dude, it's like a huge moneymaker. If they were convinced after making the original trilogy to make The Hobbit and turn The Hobbit into a trilogy, which made no sense because The Hobbit was actually a fairly short book compared to the original trilogy of books. But they turned that into a trilogy of movies. I was like, the sky's the limit. They're gonna write their own content. They're gonna, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter if Tolkien wrote it or not. They're gonna fucking expand this thing and milk this thing as far as they can. I fully expect that. So, all right. So here's what we'll do, guys. Let's take a break. I'm gonna use the bathroom. Everyone, chill. All right. Go grab a snack. Use the restroom yourself if you need to. And when I come back in just a couple minutes here, it'll be The Last of Us Part 2 continuing on. And we'll see how it goes today, okay, guys? All right. I shall be back in a couple minutes. Thanks, and see you in a bit.